What if China launched a surprise strike and decided to bomb us? They've been plotting and scheming for years. They suppress, control, and abuse their own people. And they don't want to stop there. If they hit us, they'd go hard and strategic. Military bases in Guam, Taiwan, South Korea, and possibly even U.S. soil. They'd aim to scare us, rattle command, and take out key systems. They'd go after airfields, satellites, undersea cables, launch cyber attacks on banks and the power grid, anything that disrupts our ability to respond fast. Would they actually nuke the mainland? Probably not. But their hypersonic missile tech is getting terrifying. China now has bombers carrying missiles that can fly over 6,000 kilometers and strike U.S. carriers in under 20 minutes. Military analysts say just one hit could wipe out more Americans than we lost in Iraq and Afghanistan combined. Simulations have shown they could take out 2 U.S. carriers defending Taiwan. But they wouldn't even need nukes. Just damaging a carrier's flight deck could take it out of play. That's what's called a mission kill. Strategic checkmate without total destruction. And here's another scary part. Our bases in Guam, Darwin, and parts of Japan are all in range. This isn't fear-mongering, it's exactly what military experts have been warning. China is building these weapons fast, hiding them in war games and flexing them when it counts. We don't even know the full extent of what they have. They'd also unleash cyber attacks to crash financial systems, freeze supply chains, and jam United States communications. Your phone might light up with panic, and your bank app could show 0. And TikTok? That wouldn't just be a distraction, it'd be propaganda central. While bombs drop, China's algorithm would push panic, division, and anti-American narratives straight into your feed. That's already happening. They've got paid influencers and bots spinning chaos to make the world turn on the U.S. The U.S. isn't just built for defense, we're built for retaliation. And retaliation is what we do best. We've got over 750 military bases around the world. Aircraft carriers, submarines, stealth bombers, space-based surveillance systems. If China throws the first punch, we don't hesitate, we hit back harder. Thanks to Trump's military investments, we're not sitting ducks. The Golden Dome missile defense system is being tested to intercept hypersonic threats. Congress has already approved funding for rare mineral stockpiles, defense reshoring, and next-gen weapons development. If China fires, we don't just respond militarily, we respond economically. We'd freeze their global assets, sanction every company tied to their military, choke their exports, blockade trade routes, strangle their economy. Yes, Wall Street would bleed, but Beijing would hemorrhage. This wouldn't be a skirmish. It'd be a global shockwave, and China knows it. Let's talk blunt damage. If China launched a full-scale surprise attack, missiles, bombers, cyber warfare, we could lose thousands instantly. Civilian deaths? If they stick to military targets, likely under 10,000, but if they hit a major city, San Diego, Seattle, Norfolk, tens of thousands gone by sunrise. Military losses? 1 aircraft carrier means 5,500 American lives. 2 means more than we lost in 2 decades of Middle East wars. Add Guam, Darwin, and Japan, another 10,000 gone in worst-case scenarios. They could blind our satellites, jam GPS, crash our markets, hit our ports or chip factories, and the economy stops cold. But here's the thing, China wouldn't survive it. NATO would invoke Article 5. An attack on one is an attack on all. The United Kingdom, France, Germany, Poland, they're in. Japan and South Korea, already prepared. They host our forces and see China as a threat. India, likely to seize the moment and counterbalance China's rise. Australia, all in. Their military's been training for this with us for years. China would be cut out of global banking, their trade dies, currency collapses, domestic unrest explodes. They might land a punch, but they'd never survive the war. A strike like this wouldn't just trigger a war, it'd set off a financial earthquake. The moment bombs fall or banks get hit with cyber attacks, the stock market freezes, trading halts, panic erupts. The Dow could drop 5,000 points in one session. Banks lock down liquidity, credit disappears. Wall Street goes dark. Tech stocks collapse first. Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, all tied to Chinese manufacturing. No semiconductors, no chips, no consumer tech, no defense. The dollar might surge temporarily, but inflation would spike fast. Supply chains break, oil goes vertical, gold explodes. It's COVID panic, but on steroids. Interest rates skyrocket, mortgages, car loans, business credit, all crushed. But here's the twist. Panic creates opportunity. Defense stocks, Vertical, Raytheon, Lockheed, Northrop, they explode. Rare earth miners like MP Materials, straight up. Domestic energy, back on top. Gold and silver, lifelines. Investors who prepped don't panic. They pivot. This isn't just a crisis, it's a reset. Trump's energy independence, manufacturing comeback, mineral refining, it all becomes policy, not politics. The world changes overnight. And those paying attention, they'll be the ones still standing. It's always smart to have a plan, financially, physically, and mentally. Subscribe and like this video. Check the comments for a full nuclear arsenal breakdown, and be ready. The left says Trump isn't even talking about nukes. But here's what they miss. He sees China, and China is calculated, quiet, and strategic. But love him or hate him, Trump is too. He never sets himself up to lose. And that means America doesn't either.